Okay. Blessed be I, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy set apart name. In Yeshua, the true and living word, I shall be confident. Beloveds, yes, here it is again, another video. I did forget for us to go over Genesis 35, and which is probably intentional for us to continue because I did say the Most High brings more, we should bring it out. So with the last video I just did with, I think I said Jacob, who is Jeshurun, and I was just rewatching the video and I needed to mention something. The Father's name, I am that I am, is the introduction to learning him. When we hear in the word in John chapter 14, the word says, Yeshua, the true living word, said, I am the vine and my Father is the husbandman. And in Hosea, I believe it's 2:16, it says, in that day you shall no longer call me Baali, which is by other names to call on the wicked one that they put in our word to deceive us with, but you shall call me husband or a husbandman. So he's saying, I am your husbandman, and a husbandman is a provider, a keeper, and a producer. So when the word says also that my people are called by my name, are called by the character that shows he is a husband, proves he is a keeper, manifests his production. Okay, so this is what's important about the manifestation of the name. It's not to say I am that I am. Okay, I am that I am is like Mr. Provider, Mr. But the I am is declaration of power. Someone tells you I am an overcomer. I am wise. I am that there's power in just stating that. When you say it, it's at a place of no. So the Father is telling Moses to tell I am that I am, the living Almighty One, sent you, which is in Exodus 3:14. He said, tell him I am that I am, the Almighty One, that one that lives. Okay. So he declared that he lived. He declared he's mighty. He declared that he, is existing one. All right. Because those three things there, the other false deities can't manifest. They can't manifest their powers. They can't manifest how they live and how they produce. And so this whole series that I see that we're getting ready to be going into on another level will be us to understand that the serpent and the serpent seeds, ideas for deception, was to retransform and rebirth us into sin by worship, by authority, and by confession. And with those three things, we can see through different doctrines that it tells you. Like they'll tell you, go to the church, and if you confess with your mouth that this one is Lord, you shall be saved. Remember, the true living word said that many will come in my character, my name. Now, when you see name, you need to also see character, because I am, then after it, whatever is mentioned after it, is to show you what he does. By a person's character, we know what they're about. So the Father is saying, I am the living one. He lives. So he's going to show you how he's going to manifest in life. The Father he can take life, okay, and he can bring life, but he's not death, okay? Sin is what brings death. And so if you are an overcomer of sin, you don't fear death because you conquered that by overcoming sin. And so what I see this series is getting ready to be doing for us is that we're going to be identifying the serpent seed and their mechanisms of deception to rebirth the creation of the Most High into death and sin. This is what he wants. This is what the wicked one wants. This is what the kingdom of darkness is all about, is simply bringing darkness by sin, bringing death. And he told Eve, you won't surely die. In other words, when a person's in sin, don't sin have pleasures? Don't you enjoy? People enjoy, doing, let me just get this cutting board. People enjoy seeking their will and over the Most Highs and not pursuing his word for them and, things like that. So when we think about it, that's what the surely's about. It's like, it ain't gonna feel like death. It's gonna be fun. Like, don't you want some fun? You know, that's the enemy's charming way to entice. So, beloveds, I just wanted to share that because I was reviewing the video and I did remember Genesis 35, and I did not forget that. So I do not want you to think, oh, she said we're going to go over it and we didn't. No, it's not so. I'm not going to neglect that. We are definitely going to go into that. So I'm just getting some stuff done because for Shabbat, I'm doing smoked turkey meat, turkey necks with cabbage and potatoes, a pot of that. And I'm going to have some clean cornbread, not by Jiffy. I got some Aunt Jemima mix. I know it's rare, right? I found it at like a Burlington type factory store, but it was in Burlington. And I'm gonna make some cornbread muffins, cornbread muffins, and some white rice. Cause y'all, I'm gonna try to get some quinoa. I think that's how you say it, quinoa. It's like little, it's wheat like little balls. I like that, and I could do some couscous too, but I haven't had couscous in a while. I preferably like to have couscous with salmon or with like a light dish. Like say if I'm doing a spinach and some sauteed veggies, I'd like to have that over some couscous. But I am a fan of jasmine rice. I am. So, and when I get avocados, I'm like, gotta make some rice. So I got some out. Ooh, just some water on my phone. I got some avocados I'm gonna hook up. Hook up. They already do their thing. I got some white rice. So it's gonna be some white rice with my potatoes with my smoked turkey necks and cabbage for Shabbat tomorrow. And I'm gonna try because last week I didn't get to do the cake. My daughter ended up doing red velvet. And so I'm thinking about doing the cake, which was a strawberry crumbler. But if I don't get to do it today, no, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it. Because I told my mom I was going to do it, and she's looking forward to that too. So I got the recipe for the strawberry crumbler cake from YouTube. So if you haven't heard of that kind of cake before, look it up. But I pray, family, that what I want to see when we do our work for the Father, we have to have vision for it. And when we're doing work for the Father, my vision for this lesson that He has us doing is to see brothers and sisters not only be aware of the word Jeshurun, but which just means upright, but declare themselves by Jeshurun, as in the same way they would say we are the lost children of Jacob. Because I want to show you something really quick. That's a clue why we're not called the children of Israel, because whenever you heard that word, it was always referred to lost. But the word says in John 17 that none of them are lost. So if you're upright, you still on track. You never lost a beat. All right, so let me go get my word really quick so I can bring that out. All right, I got my little Aramaic since I'm at the table. All right, got my little Aramaic. John 17 is one of my favorite because it was a gift given to me, not the Passover just passed, but the Passover before. And I have never been the same since then. And I tell you, beloveds, I told you before that 17 is the number of double the victory. And we get that because in the book of, in 2 Corinthians, well, no, it's not Corinthians, it's Romans chapter 8, when Paul begins to ask us, shall anything separate us from the love, right? He proposes 7, I guess, like, would you say, testings, but 7 things that we would have to overcome. And then when you overcome those 7 things, which was like famine, sword, destitute, all those kind of things. Potato. You will be complete in the 10 that goes against the 7. So you got 10 things that complete. He said, no, neither's angels, principalities, starvation, sword, need not name none of those things. It's like the 7 plus three other things shall separate us from the love. And when you put sets and you add those together, you got the victory. So if you overcome the 7, you will be complete in the 10. 7 plus 10 is 17. All right, let me get this 17. It's taking me a bit some time because I just got them cutting some potatoes. Got one more to cut. All right. I pray this is, I'm sure it was it. Okay. So let's start at verse 11. From now on, I will not be in the world, yet these are in the world. I am coming to you, Holy Father. Keep them in your name, those whom you gave me, so that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I have kept them in your name. Those whom you gave me, kept them in your character, which is in your works. They're kept in the works of the Father. See that? When you have the Father's name sealed upon you, you will walk and live and manifest in the works of the Father, the same way the Son did. Okay, this is what the word is saying here. All right. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in your name, character. Those whom you gave me, those that your spirit manifested the word to, I have kept, and none of them is lost, except for the son of destruction, that the scripture may be fulfilled. Like I was looking this rise, and there's been an individual that wanted to argue with me concerning TD Jakes, and I first of all couldn't understand the reason for it. Everything I mentioned was rebuking him being a false one, and someone else was like, you should watch how you talk to a man of God. Well, first of all, any men of the Most High's word, they're going to bear witness with me. They're not my enemies. So if I see something about you that's not of my Father, first, before anything gets taboo or out of hand, I'm going to warn you. If I discern that you receive the message, then I rejoice with you. Even if I'm not talking to you, I rejoice in spirit. And I thank the Father for that, because it's better to gain a brother or sister than to lose one. But if a person's living a compromising, the help type of leading up that type of ministry, and they're doing something to, like, I don't know, like TD Jakes did, promote the vaccination, I'm not going to see you as a man of the Most High, because Psalms 103 verse 3 simply says that word is health to me. So I don't need to promote vaccinations or black doctors to my people. That's against the word. So you can't be a man of the cloth for the word and do things opposite of the word. That's just one. And secondly, when mentioning that, she said some stuff to me and she was just being nasty. And I was just like, it's sad, because this one doesn't have joy. This one has not learned love. We can read scripture. We can read a story about the path and the life of the living King, the living word. But if we're not experiencing him, spirit, the Father's spirit, to manifest it to us, we don't even know what we're reading. So some people are just they're still lost. And you can't be mad at a person because they're lost. You really have pity for them. You really feel bad. And you pray they get the Father, that they get together. But the ones who are found, they're not stumbling on things. They're not going to be deceived. The word says that if it were possible, the elect will be deceived. And that just lets you know that the elect will not be deceived. And when the election has been manifested to them that they are elect, even before that, there's things in their life that the Father, they're living in his hand. They're walking in his hand. And so when I see John 17:12, while I was with them in the world, I have kept them in your name. Those whom you gave me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, except for the son of destruction. So if you be identified by a lost one, you are a servant of the sons of destruction, because the sons of destruction are the ones that came up with that title. Even when we were scattered, were we lost? No, he knew where we was. He brought us here. Lost, we would say, okay, well, they mean lost as in didn't know the way. We had the word, like you said to Timothy and them. Have I been all this time with you and you still don't know me? Why would you not have known me? Because the Spirit has not manifested the word unto you. And if the word has not manifested unto you, then you're none of his. It's quite simple. Even if, now wait a minute, let me correct that. To some, their appointment is for an appointed time. You may not have known this truth, but if you have a scheduled appointment, you're going to find it. He's going to find you. And there's going to be things he keeps you from too, because that's what it says. Over here, check this out. I do not pray that you should take them from the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. For they are not of the world, as I am not of the world. Father, set them apart by your truth. Your word is true. They're going to be set apart by the truth. They're going to have that appointment. And it doesn't matter how many years they were away from it. I was going to say, you were never lost. You're right on schedule. If I wanted you to find it at 65, if I wanted you to find it at 8, you're going to find it's true. According to the lot that I have written for your name. Why are you not lost? Because he's already completed everything according to your justification. You're justified. An upright one doesn't walk around confused or trying to figure things out. Truth comes to them. Truth is in them. It's an encounter that cannot even be explained, beloveds. And I'm truly grateful for it. I really am. I am really grateful. Because for my gratitude, it's helping me learn every day more and more how to be humble. Because there are so many souls that will not get it. They fight it. And they don't even know why. So, just wanted to add that on. You see why John 17 is my favorite?
Mom?
What they call the lost tribes of... Ooh.
Mom, you and my play and I didn't get to play.
That's not true, son. You'll get a chance to play. The day's not over.
But you still play Fortnite. You're about to play Minecraft already now.
What are you growling at?
You're going at me.
I'm about to get off here. Well, beloveds, I pray you'll have... Oh, I want to share this soap I got with y'all. Don't worry, son. You can play with my phone. Here.
No, I'm playing.
What? Come here. Come out of that camera. You're not dressed again. You're not dressed. Come here.
I'm not in the camera, Mom.
It's time to let go. It's time to let go of our pride and let go of our... We're not in the Garden of Eden, pre-Adam and Eve. I know we got... What did I just say? This is why you know what? This is why I got a lady. This is why the Most High is going to punish you, because if you don't listen, oh, you want to be defiant?
No,
Come here, because I'm not playing with you. You're in time now. Let's go. It's not funny.
No.
Let's go. Look how brothers behaving. Sit with your brother. Y'all can watch Prom today. There you go. Gotta keep them little ones occupied. I don't know why he likes to walk around. That boy got some new underwears. He's still. But anyhow. I got this soap, y'all. And it reminded me of a song that out of a coloring book, me and the little ones sang before we got to this new place when we were going through a transition in our life. And the song was out of a coloring book. And it was like a little, coloring book that children get, like Bible coloring book. And the song was, "Be joyful always." It goes like this. Be joyful always. Pray without ceasing. Be joyful always. Pray without ceasing. Be joyful always. Pray without ceasing. No looking back. No turning back. When I saw this soap, be joyful always, y'all, I said, you know how much this costs? $2.99. I had to get it. $2.99 if you don't believe me. And it says, be joyful always, pray without ceasing, faith, give thanks. So in your prayer and your joy, with being thankful, you're always going to have joy, and you're going to always remember to thank him, which is communication, prayer. And it's going to encourage and keep your faith. Good housekeeping, I'd say. Not just housekeeping, but keep the house that he said. He that built this house upon a rock. What's the rock? The word. Right? Would not be moved. Will be like one, when the storms came and beat up against that house, they stood still. So even when it runs out, I'll always have this lovely, I love the container handle. I just appreciate this. So that someone didn't feel ashamed to allow allow a need to be met also by other needs. Simple pleasures, lemon citrus, and it really smells like lemon. So just wanted to share it with you all. But thanks for tuning in. I really pray you all that the vision I see for the body of the upright ones to resurrect out of deception in every angle, shake it off, shake all of it off, and to walk in the uprightness, not walk in profaneness. If you're walking in anything outside of the way of the Father, you are profane. Doesn't matter what you think. All right. You all, love you. Have a wonderful continual preparation day. And once I'm done my studies or anything, cooking, something like that, if the Father has me come on tonight, I will. If not, I may need to do some study all night, and then we'll do it tomorrow, higher willing. He knows better than I do. So just want to share that with you all. Love you. Peace and blessing.